Hi everybody, and welcome back to mistake number 12, and this is part of a series of videos that we're doing of the 17 mistakes, the biggest mistakes that people make. Let's see whether you make this mistake. Mistake number 12 is not having the patience to develop into a trader. You don't become a trader just like that. You need to have the patience to develop into a trader. Let me explain. But before I do that, please remember to subscribe to this channel. Why? Because we want to make sure that you don't make the other mistakes, right? There's 16 other mistakes and they're going to be coming up very, very soon. So make sure you do hit the subscribe button. So mistake number 12, let's see whether you do this. Not having the patience to develop into a trader. Notice that develop, you're here, you want to get here. It takes time, right? Because many novice traders think that they will find a holy grail strategy that will make them money without them doing too much work and too much thinking. Now, where else does that happen? Usually they're impatient and they don't want to put in the time and the effort which is required. As in any other money-making venture, especially when new, you will have to go through the famous learning curve, okay? And this is exactly the same. Now, depending on your learning speed, of course, it can take months, for some even longer, to become competent in knowing what you're doing. And that's just knowing what you're doing. You then have to do what you know, right? Look, trading is a new skill, and you need to learn properly if you want to succeed in the trading world. You need to become a student of markets and price movement instead of just being a follower of someone else's strategy. Now, to start with, you do need to follow a proven strategy. That is true. A recipe, if you like, a formula. Now, if you acquire the knowledge about markets and price movements, you will become more competent. Of course you will. And competence leads to confidence. And as a confident trader, you will make better trades and therefore make more money as a result. Now, the opposite is also true, because some people get overconfident just because they've made a few profitable trades, or they decide to, stop trading just because they've made a few losing trades or risking less. Now, each of these attitudes is actually not good at all. So I'm going to give you some scenarios here, because you could end up losing out on potential profits. So let me give you some scenarios. So in the case of an overconfident trader, it can be very easy to lose money once you've had a good run of trades. Okay, because you feel overconfident. Let's say you make 10 wins in a row, risking 1% per trade. So you've now made 10%, okay? The trader then gets overconfident and risks 5% of their trade. Suddenly, 2 losing trades will wipe out all of your profits. On the other hand, you could have a trader who's lost 10 trades in a row, risking 1% per trade, and decides to only risk 0.5% per trade thereafter because they're like, oh, I don't want to risk too much. That trader now has to win double the amount of trades just to recoup his or her losses, right? Can you see that? So, and he or she may get discouraged by this and then may stop trading, and thus allowing themselves, or not allowing themselves rather, to develop as a trader. Can you see that? So the overconfident one is kind of like, right, now I'm going to risk more, makes 2 losses, which is to be expected. They've just made 10 gains in a row. Now 2 losses could easily occur, right? But you're supposed to lose less than you're winning, not more. And in this scenario, if you suddenly risk 5% and 5%, you've now suddenly taken a big hit on your portfolio. In the other example, it's kind of like, shrinking back and now risking less. Both of those is bad. Why? Because you didn't follow the rules. The rule is 1% of your portfolio. Why are you changing it to 5 or 0.5? And this is where emotions get in the way. And that's why it's so important just to follow the rule. It's funny, actually, because I was we interview generally 4 people a week for their results. How you're doing, and we interview them. And this one person, I remember, he goes, and it's funny how you change the rules, or I change the rules. And then as soon as I started following the rules again, I started making money again. And that's the way it is. Very, very simple. Follow the rules, but above all, have that patience with yourself to develop into a trader. That's very important. Some people are on a demo account for 1 month, some people 2 or 3 months. I know some very successful traders that were on a demo account for 9 months. They're very successful now, but when they first started, they just weren't. They weren't very confident, etc. Now, that should give you hope. Anyone can do this. Give yourself that time. Otherwise, you are committing mistake number 12. Make sure you don't do that, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video, which of course is mistake number 13. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you do hit the subscribe button, because you want to make sure that you're getting all of these videos so you don't make these mistakes, because we're talking about money here. You don't want to be making these mistakes. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would be very grateful as well if you did just take a second to just hit the like button. If you learned anything here at all, just go ahead and hit that like button. I would be very grateful indeed. You know, I'd really like to know from you, is this something, what I was talking about today, is this something that you do? Do you feel, or maybe you know somebody else, but specifically about yourself? Do you tend to not have patience with yourself? Are you somebody who kind of wants the result right now? Please do write that down. And also, this is equally important, is what have been the results of you being a little bit impatient? What have been the results of you not having that patience in yourself? If you could do that, that would be absolutely amazing. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.